So I'm gonna tell you guys a story. This is a story that maybe you've heard before or not, I don't know, but it's about a boy and a sea star. And you're probably thinking, what's a sea star? Okay, we used to call them starfish, but now scientifically, scientists have said, that's not a scientifically accurate name, so now we call them sea stars. So it's about a boy and a sea star. So this boy, he's walking down the beach, and he notices on the side, he sees thousands and thousands of sea stars scattered across the beach. Because the tide had gotten low and the sea stars had gotten stuck on the beach, and obviously if they don't get put back in the water, they're going to die. So the boy, recognizing the severity of the situation, starts to, bend down and kneel down and pick up each sea star one by one and toss them into the ocean. So he sees another one, he bends down, picks it up and tosses it into the ocean, right? And now, across the distance, there's an older man who's kind of noticing what the boy's doing. He's like, hey, he calls up to the boy, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And so the young man, calls back to the older man, I'm trying to save all these sea stars, if they don't get back in the ocean, they're going to die. And so the older man looks at him and says, you're crazy, that's foolishness. He says, what you're doing doesn't matter, like you're not going to save them all. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that you can do to save them all. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. You just stop. And so the boy pauses for a moment. Looks at the older man. He kneels down, picks up another sea star, and gently tosses it back into the ocean. And then he looks at the man and says, it mattered to that one. What's the moral of this particular story? Well, it's that in your life, you will come across situations, you will come across opportunities that in other people's minds and imaginations, there's no way you're going to make a difference. There's no way you're going to be successful. And they will either deliberately or unintentionally say something to discourage you. Has that ever happened to you before? Or maybe you want to start a new job, or you want to apply to a new job, and then somebody will say, oh, no, what are you doing that? You don't have the qualifications. Or maybe you're saying, oh, I want to write a book, I can't wait, I'm excited, I'm got my pen and paper, and then maybe somebody will say to you, oh, what are you going to write about? Your life's not that interesting. They'll say something that will be their way of letting you know, give up, stop. However, just like that young boy saw the impact that his life and that his choice could have on even just one sea star, he continued to engage in an act that to this older man seemed futile. And it will be the same with us. Granted, maybe your book won't change how everybody feels in the world. Maybe you won't get the job that you apply for. Maybe you won't reach the goal that you've wanted. However, does that mean that you shouldn't try? Does that mean that your actions will not lead to something greater in the future? You see, we can't allow people to rob us of those opportunities, to rob us of that success that could be ours if we just did not give up. So now I want you to get something in your mind. Do you have any goals, any dreams, any aspirations that you have now put on hold because of what other people have told you? Or maybe because of what you have told yourself, you're not good enough? Get that in your mind. Are you thinking of it? Maybe one goal or something that you put on hold because you thought you weren't good enough. Do you got that in your mind yet? Okay, tonight when you go home, I want you to pull out the piece of paper. I want you to start planning it, and I want you to start implementing that dream, that goal. Start taking those steps again. Don't let anyone tell you you're not good enough. Because you know what? It does matter. It matters to you, and it matters to us that you are successful at what you put your hands to do. And you're going to always have people who are going to discourage you. You can't allow that to detract you from where you feel you're going in life.